On this week's Rambler Sports Locker, the women's golf team and men's volleyball team saw postseason action.
Also, Milton Doyle headed to Portsmouth, Virginia, and Dylan Conover and his Ramble analysts discuss whether the 8th-seeded Bulls can pull off the upset over the top-seeded Celtics.
Welcome back to another edition of the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Henry Redman.
And I'm Amanda Lister. The men's volleyball team ended their season officially on April 15th in the MIVA tournament. For a game recap, RSL reporter Aaron Onion joins us on their match against Ball State.
The 12th-ranked Loyola men's volleyball team headed to Worthen Arena in Muncie, Indiana on April 15th to take on the number 11-ranked Ball State Cardinals in the quarterfinals of the MIVA tournament. Injury to key player and junior opposite Ben Plastid led to the first-ever career start for freshman outside hitter Kyle Katsakis. Katsakis earned 4 kills and 2 aces as the Ramblers took an early lead within the first set. That early lead would be enough as they won the first set 25-17. The second set would be the opposite story as Ball State took a commanding early lead and would not look back. The second set would go to Ball State 25-19. The third set would see Loyola charge out to take a 7-4 lead. Ball State, however, would battle back and cut Loyola's lead down to just a 15-14 advantage. That's when the wheels fell off for the Ramblers as back-to-back hitting errors would allow for Ball State to punish them down the stretch. The Cardinals would take the third set 25-19. The fourth set would be the final set of the game and also the final set of the season for the Ramblers. They would not go down without a fight as they trailed 19-14, but would pull the score back to just 19-18, when the Cardinals would ultimately take the set 21-18. The loss to Ball State ends the Rambler season, but with 5 starters returning next season, the future looks bright for the young team.
The women's golf team finished 7th out of 7 teams at the MVC Championships in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. The Ramblers have never finished in the top 5 in their time in the Missouri Valley Conference, finishing in 7th in 2015 and 6th in 2016. The team was 8 shots away from the top 5 and their highest finish ever. The Ramblers were led by sophomore Elena Bowser, who posted a 78 in the final round to finish tied for 14th. Bowser was followed by junior Summer Moser, who finished the last day with a team-high 76 to finish in 20th. The Ramblers will lose 2 seniors, Natalie Myers and Logan Willis, to graduation this May. However, only Willis played at the MVC tournament.
Loyola women's softball has won their first MVC series against Southern Illinois University. In the series, the Ramblers dropped the first game 1-0, but rallied in the second game to beat the Salukis 3-2. The Ramblers beat SIU 2-1 on April 15th to close out the 3-game series. This is the first conference series win in nearly a year, putting them at 20-19 overall and 3-12 in conference play. Loyola gave up a run in the 4th inning, but rallied in the bottom of the 5th, scoring 2 runs, and the score would hold there. Loyola's 2 runs were scored by center fielder Brooke Wilson and third baseman Ashley Parenti on RBIs from Alyssa Minucci and freshman Shannon McGee. McGee's crucial RBI in the game with her recent explosion at the bat pushed her to be named MVC Newcomer of the Week. In the last 4 games, McGee hit .583, a home run, 3 RBIs, and scored 2 runs. She also has an impressive .651 on-base percentage. Loyola will be facing off against Northern Iowa in a 3-game series at home on April 22nd.
Last month, the softball program hired Loyola alum Brittany Gardner as an assistant coach. But she's more than just a former Rambler. RSL reporter Haley Spittler looks at her career and her relationship with her former teammate and also current assistant coach Lauren Moore.
Brittany Gardner graduated in 2014 as one of the greatest pitchers in Loyola history. Her 67 wins and 753 strikeouts are both school records. She had a legendary senior season, but the end of her softball career was a difficult adjustment.
Well, I kind of felt like a little lost without softball after I graduated. It's something I've played since I was 7 or 8 years old, and then you graduate and you're like, well, what now?
Loyola answered that question last month when they offered her an assistant coaching position.
It happened. They called me and were like, hey, we have an opening, would you want it? And it was the easiest thing I ever said yes to.
Gardner joins a coaching staff full of familiar faces, working alongside her former head coach Jeff Tilka and her former teammate Lauren Moore. Gardner and Moore stayed close friends after graduation.
It was super exciting, to bring back all those memories, and you want someone on staff that you can get along with and someone that you can, challenge as well, because we're okay with telling each other, we need to get better in this area.
Gardner is eager for the unique opportunity to work alongside one of her best friends.
I mean, Mo and I played together for 4 years, so we know each other really well, and we stayed friends after college, so it's awesome. I get to work with awesome people every day.
Gardner brings a new energy to the team with her upbeat attitude, which is something Moore considers a major contribution.
Tilka and I are a little more laid back. We're kind of more serious with the girls, and she brings that pep. She brings the excited, which is really good because we are more the serious ones, and Brittany's going to be the one that's encouraging you and kind of, always giving you confidence and making the girls feel good, which is always a good balance on the coaching staff.
Coach Gardner is hopeful for the rest of the season and is enjoying being back at Loyola.
I love the school. That's why I went here. I love the campus. I love the coaches, so it's just a great feeling to be back.
For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Haley Spiller.
While some Loyola students spent Easter break at home relaxing or looking for eggs, Milton Doyle spent it at the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. Doyle appeared in 3 games in the tournament and started in 2. He averaged 5 points, 4.7 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.3 steals per game in front of a number of NBA and European League scouts and executives. The tournament is the oldest amateur basketball tournament in the country and only invites the top seniors in college basketball. The tournament is known as a showcase for players who potentially have second or third round NBA talent. Notable former invitees include former Bulls Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, as well as Hall of Famer John Stockton. In other men's basketball news, the Ramblers announced the signing of Lucas Williamson. Williamson is a 2-time state champion with Whitney Young High School, winning the title as the only freshman on a varsity team led by future NBA first-round draft pick Jahlil Okafor, and led the team to the title his senior year with a game-high 19 points, including tying an Illinois state championship record with 5 threes made. He joins fellow Chicago natives Cameron Krutwig and Christian Negron in one of Porter Moser's strongest recruiting classes in his time at Loyola.
Loyola Track and Field had a successful holiday weekend at both the Beach Invitational in Long Beach, California, and the Benedictine Eagle Relays in Lisle, Illinois. With multiple season and personal records for Loyola's athletes, one Rambler in particular stood out. Junior long jumper Kiara Washburn qualified for regionals with a top leap of 19 feet, 10.75 inches. Washburn now holds the number 2 spot on both the Missouri Valley Conference leaderboard and Loyola's all-time outdoor record board.
For our full episodes and the chance to get in on the conversation, follow and like our social media handles for an up-to-date look at all things Rambler Sports.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Amanda Lister.
And I'm Henry Redman. Check back next week for another episode of the Rambler Sports Locker.
And as always, don't forget to turn out the lights.